Hello. My name is Kallista, and welcome back to Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition. In the last episode, we completed Priority Rannoch. Now, I ran out of time at the end of the episode, so I couldn't really give my thoughts on the quest. So let's do that now. I really enjoyed that. I will admit the section with the Reaper, where you had to run back and forth, I didn't really enjoy that. It took me ages. Even when I figured out, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is where I'm trying to, go with this. It still took me a while to get the timing right. So that was a little bit frustrating. However, the story beats that we got, that was great. I'm so sad that Legion is effectively dead. You know, he was consumed by the consensus. I'm not sure if that equates to death, but Legion isn't here. Legion isn't going to be with us anymore, and that really made me sad. It didn't affect me in the same way that Morden's death did. I cried at that. I was crying during that cutscene, just silent tears coming down my cheeks. There was nothing like that with Legion. It didn't... I'm not entirely sure why, because I like Legion just as much as I like Morden. It's not even a case of I didn't really like this character, that's why I'm not emotionally invested. It wasn't that in the slightest. I just think it didn't hit so hard. There was something missing. There was that X factor in Morden's death that there wasn't for Legion, and I can't explain what, I can't explain why. I couldn't say how the writers could have added that X factor. It just felt like there was something missing for me. As I said, still a great quest, a fantastic quest. I loved it, but just I felt like they could have done a little something to make me burst into tears at Legion's death. I think there was just something small they could have added in there. The choice of whether or not to, make peace, side with the Quarian, side with the Geth. I am very happy that choice was there, and I am very sad that I did not pick what I wanted, which was to murder the Quarians. It's like I was saying at the time, I've been asked this question once or twice over the course of the trilogy, actually. I've had people say to me, why don't you play a character that is more aligned with your personality? Or why don't you play a character that has a nicer personality? Why don't you do any of that? I actually had someone hey, next time do this so that you won't be upset. Here's the thing, I could have done this. There was nothing stopping me from playing Callista Shepherd. It's not like there's someone in this room with me with a gun to my head saying, you have to do the roleplay. You have to roleplay a character. No, it's my decision. If I'd have wanted to, I could have played Callista Shepherd. Or I could have made Naomi have my personality. I could have done that. I didn't, because I don't want to do that. Playing myself sounds awful. Quite frankly, if that's how you play games, I mean no disrespect, but I play video games so that I can be someone who isn't me for an hour. That's why I play video games. Playing as myself, I would be making that null and void. It would, like I said, I would be making playing a video game moot. I play games to get away from myself. Why on earth would I want to play myself in a video game? That makes no sense. And as I've said before, the joys of roleplay for me are playing characters who are completely different from myself. Completely different. I'm going to use Dragon Age as an example. I have a character called Evelyn Armel. She's my mage warden. And she's a cinnamon roll. I think she is the sweetest character in my roster. Of all the games I've played, of all the games that I roleplay, Evelyn is without a doubt my kindest, most sweetest character. She's lovely. She is a fucking angel. And you know how often I play her? Very, very rarely. Because she's nice and she's sweet. And that can be really rather dull. Compared to, I still love her, but I can only play her in short bursts. Compared to my Kuzland, she's called Marnie, and Marnie is one of my newer creations. And new in terms of like how long I've had Dragon Age Origins. I've been playing that game since I was 16, I believe. I got it the year it came out. I would have been 16. Marnie is newer. I think I made her 5 or 6 years ago, thereabouts. She was like, I never played a Kuzland Origin to completion because I could never get a handle on the type of character I wanted to play. Every time I watched a Let's Play for inspiration, like how are these people role-playing a Kuzland, it was always the same, oh, they're a Kuzland and they've been screwed over by, How, there we go, I can't believe I forgot his name, flipping heck. They've been screwed over by How and they're going to be really, good and they're an inspiration for everyone and they're whiter than white, not in terms of their skin colour, but like in terms of their morality, like they're just so good and, paladin-esque. And I was like, that's dull, I don't want that. And then I had the thought, ooh, what if I create a little psychopath? Part of Marnie's backstory involves her murdering cats and drowning a puppy. That is a large part of her backstory. She was promised a Mabari pup. She goes to see the litter and is like, Father, why is this small one, being allowed to feed from the mother? Well, Marnie, that's the runt, but by consuming its mother's milk, it will grow stronger. And Marnie thought to herself, why should I allow this weak puppy to become average when my strong puppy could be made even stronger? I'm going to sneak back and I'm going to put this puppy in a trough of water and I'm going to hold it down till the bubbles stop. She is a monster. She is without a doubt the most evil character I've created. I hate playing as her. I hate it because that's not my natural instinct. In a video game, I hate playing as her. And you know how often I play as her? So fucking often. So fucking often, because the angst I feel, that glorious feeling of discomfort as I'm picking these things I would never pick, it's wonderful. And that's why that moment where I'm like, I want to kill the Quarians, and Naomi's like, nope, we're just gonna tell them to sit the fuck down. That was wonderful. That was a wonderful feeling. Please don't mistake me for being like, oh, that was shit because I couldn't do what I wanted because I've limited myself to role-playing as this specific character and I hate it. Like, no. I made the decision to create this character. I made the decision to have Naomi have this personality. I like it. I like that she is different from myself. I'm not asking for like, oh, I need your permission to actually play as me. Like, no. I like this. This is wonderful. It's great. I love that sense of discomfort. I love the sense of, oh, I don't necessarily think like this, but Naomi does. So, like, what would the thought process end up here? Like, those journeys through morality, philosophy, that's a big part of why I go into role-playing. It's a big part of my enjoyment of this. So that, like I said, on one hand, I'm sad I didn't get to kill the Quarians. I'm so sorry, Tally, wherever you are. And on one hand, I'm sad, but at the same time, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. The role-playing that I got to do. It was, perfect, wonderful, excellent. Now we were told, yes, Hackett is available.
Commander, something on your mind?
Everything.
What's our state of readiness, Admiral?
Given the situation everywhere else, as close as we can be, you've done well, Shepard.
Hey, excellent.
What about the extra help we picked up along the way?
Bringing in both the Quarians and the Geth has helped us immeasurably. The Quarian fleet is providing evac and fire support, while the Geth attack Reaper supply lines.
Okay, and everyone else?
What about the Rachni?
I wouldn't have believed it, but the Rachni are helping us build the Crucible.
You're kidding.
Turns out they have a knack for weapons of mass destruction. In hindsight, I guess they'd know a thing or two about waging a galactic war.
No problems with them then?
Other than scaring the hell out of our engineers, no. Not a lot of small talk going on there.
What about the Turians and Krogan?
The Krogan and Turians have obviously been a big help. Erdnot Rex running the show is a bonus for us. And that female Krogan you rescued is rallying more support from the other clans. I'm glad you disabled that mom in Tuchanka. We could have lost a lot of Krogan support. As it is, we picked up some Turian troops.
Good to hear.
Oh, get in there, Eve, or Bakara. I'm not entirely sure which she prefers to be called, but get in there, lass.
How about the Asari and Solarians?
Since the coup attempt, the Asari have stepped up to the plate. They're committing fleets and sending a science team to work on the Crucible. And believe it or not, they promised us the Destiny Ascension. They haven't forgotten you saved it 3 years ago.
And what about the Solarians? You haven't exactly mentioned them yet.
And the Solarians?
They sent the entire fleet as a thank you for rescuing their counselor. I guess they managed to overlook the genophage cure.
Excellent.
What about Arya's mercenaries?
Arya T'Loak, there's someone I never thought we'd be in bed with. The Blood Pack will be useful and violent. Mostly Vorcha, I hear. We'll put the Blue Suns to good use. Intel says Narner Vosk is bringing his men, and that they're gunning for a fight. The Eclipse are providing troops and mechs. When we find a Reaper soft spot, they'll help us hit it. Don't want to know how you got Arya's cooperation, but whatever you did, it was worth it.
Excellent. Fabulous. And how are the Reapers doing? What's going on with them?
What's the Reaper situation?
It's not trending well, even if you did buy Radix some time. Our threat projections show the Reapers will gain the advantage on most other fronts. And now the Asari are a prime target. They're the most advanced race in the galaxy. We'll soon find out if that means anything.
If I may, Admiral, I have a personal question.
Speak freely, Commander.
Why me? Why put me in charge of all this?
Because you're the only soldier in this whole damn Navy who knows how to kill Reapers.
Oh. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Naomi doesn't view herself as anything special. Naomi, it's... On one hand, she is glad. She is glad that she's in this position because she knows herself. She knows that, like, hey, I am stubborn and determined. I'm pig-headed as fuck. Like, I am gonna, give everything I can. I'm gonna give everything I can in this fight where others might not be able to do so. Like, this is survival. This is survival. And I've had more experience with that than the average soldier because of how I grew up. I grew up fighting to survive, where others maybe grew up, on a nice military base with loving parents and, they had, food and water and, clean clothes, a nice bed to sleep in. Like, they had all of these luxuries. I was stealing to eat from being a very small child because I knew my mum's not going to get groceries in. She's going to spend any money she can on alcohol or drugs or her latest boyfriend. Like, she's going to spend that all on herself. I need to steal to eat, otherwise I'm going to starve to death. Naomi has been fighting to survive ever since she can remember, and she is gonna do her damnedest. She is gonna do her damnedest for all of these people. But at the same time, she also is like, I'm not anything special. Like, I'm an average soldier. I'm not an amazing strategist. I'm not the greatest diplomat. I can't do the biotics that Liara can. I can't do the tech shit that Tali can. But if you give me a gun, I shoot really good. Like, that's it. That's all I can do. I run and I shoot and I take a punch and I don't get knocked down. Like, that's my skill set. That's my skill set. There are far more intelligent people. There are far more diplomatic people who would be able to play politician. People who would probably be able to get more stuff for the Crucible, by using their words and persuading and, doing this, that, and the other, shaking hands and kissing babies and all that gubbins. Like, I do think that Naomi kind of thinks that, like, hey, like, I'm no one. I'm no one. I was in the right place at the right time, or the wrong place at the wrong time, depending on your perspective. Like, anyone could kill a Reaper. Anyone can do it.
You just have to be smart and hope you get lucky. Anyone can figure it out.
Your dossier says otherwise, Shepard. You were trapped on a cruise all those years ago, and you were the only one to make it out alive. Back then I saw more than just a soldier in the making.
Oh.
And because of that, you think I qualify to save the galaxy?
Shepard, let me tell you something that I've learned the hard way. You can pay a soldier to fire a gun, you can pay him to charge the enemy and take a hill, but you can't pay him to believe.
I don't follow, sir.
When you went up against Sovereign, there was no good reason to believe you'd win. But your crew didn't seem to care. They went along anyway. Your trip through the Omega-4 relay? That was a suicide mission if there ever was one. Yet there your crew was, standing beside you, proud to serve. Why? Because they believed in you, their leader. That's what I need now. Where we're taking them is liable to get pretty hairy, and I know you're the one who will get us to the other side.
Oh, Hackett. Again, you're like, it's you and Anderson. You're the two Alliance people that Naomi's like, I like you. If I were talking to anyone else, I would not show them this level of respect. But you, sir, you're a top bloke. You're a top bloke. Oh.
Nothing more, sir.
Hack it out.
Anything else? Because I can still use this.
Commander, something on your mind?
No, I guess he's just here now. Okay.
Nothing more, sir.
Hack it out.
Normally that goes away. Oh, buddy, thank you. Buddy, that was lovely. That was okay, you're just helping her out. I don't know what I thought. I was just like, there's some weirdo just looking at shit on the floor. Okay, no, he has a job. He's doing it. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Citadel Defense Force. The Council created the Citadel Defense Force to support Shepard in the war against the Reapers. The CDF includes ships and soldiers from every Council race. Complements from a few species without official membership status have also quietly joined. After the attempted coup, no offer of assistance is being turned away by the Council and its advisors. Yes, let's see, what's new? What's new? Yeah, that's Grissom Academy. Okay, Geth jamming frequencies upgraded the Citadel's automated defense systems. Lovely. Okay, I guess it was just that one. Okay, then. The Alliance. Alliance First Fleet. The First Fleet was stationed near the Charon Relay when the Reapers invaded the Sol system. By the time Admiral Hackett issued the order to retreat, its size, once the largest in the Alliance Navy, had been cut by half. Commanding Admiral Inez Lindholm made the painful decision to use a tenth of the fleet's remaining vessels as cover so the remainder could escape. Her gamble paid off, as the First Fleet limped out of the relay to rally with the rest of the Alliance forces on the run. We've read about the Agincourt, and that. Oh, hello. Improved treatments for chemical burns are being implemented by Alliance doctors and medics. And that was a new one. Okay, lovely. The Asari. Asari Second Fleet. The Asari Second Fleet is largely composed of frigates and fighters, embodying the Asari's hit-and-run mindset with a nimble swarm rather than a slower collection of vessels. The second is normally dispatched to protect colonies from pirate raiders or mercenary activity. The Second Fleet's fighter squadrons are intensely competitive, racing to break new records set by other teams, but unquestionably loyal to each other in a fight. And we've read that one. Yes, Shepard passed a Reaper code fragment to Asari High Command. An isolated copy will help predict Reaper movements. Lovely. And the Geth. The Geth. Oh, my buddies. Geth Corps. Until recently, the Geth expected nothing but violence from organics, and designed themselves accordingly. All Geth platforms are armed, shielded, and built to withstand combat. When they're on the battlefield, enemy tactics and positions are swapped instantaneously between the AIs. The Geth also employ turrets and drones, expendable hardware support to keep losses of network platforms to a minimum. The result is the largest and perhaps best equipped infantry in the galaxy. Get in there. Get in there. The Geth fleet. Many Geth vessels are built to explore, mine, or provide transport between factories and space stations. But every Geth ship, regardless of purpose, is also capable of engaging hostile forces. Unbound by the Treaty of Phyrexian, the synthetic intelligences built almost as many dreadnoughts as the Taurians. The software running these ships is in the Geth themselves. Highly advanced electronic security measures and cyber warfare suites bolster already formidable firepower. Updated. Deleting the Geth heretics depleted Geth numbers, giving the Quarians an advantage when their flotilla began the assault on Rannoch. As a result, damage to the Quarian fleet is not as extensive as projections estimated. Okay! And the Geth Prime platoon. Geth Primes are built to house more programs than other platforms, and operate as mobile networking hubs. Their combat software provides a boost to any Geth nearby, coordinating and directing attacks. Since the destruction of a Prime unit causes the processing power of other Geth to drop, Prime hardware platforms are heavily shielded and well armed. Lovely. And the Quarians. Admiral Zal Koris. When Admiral Zal Koris sacrificed his vessel to save a life ship, the civilian fleet thought they'd lost their leader. After Commander Shepard brought Zal Koris back, he passionately argued that the safest action for the civilian fleet was to stay with the flotilla. His captains rallied and stayed. The story of Zal Koris' miraculous survival on Geth-infested Rannoch has spread throughout the flotilla, making him a reluctant hero as he mourns the loss of his ship and crew. Oh, we will remember the Quib Quib. We will remember the Quib Quib. It's a beautiful ship name. Quarian civilian fleet. The civilian fleet makes up most of the Quarian flotilla. Properly coordinated, the fleet compensates for its lack of dedicated warships with its sheer numbers. Even its smallest crafts are equipped with ship-to-ship weaponry. The civilian live ships, enormous floating gardens that produce food for the Quarians, have also been fitted with massive Thanix cannons to provide heavy firepower. Deleting the Geth heretics depleted Geth numbers, giving the Quarians an advantage when their flotilla began the assault on Rannoch. As a result, damage to the Quarian fleet is not as extensive as projections estimated. Quarian heavy fleet. Any pirates or mercenaries attempting to prey on the Quarian flotilla must contend with the heavy fleet's cruisers, frigates, fighters, and carriers. The heavy fleet is led by Admiral Han Garrel. The Admiral firmly believes in the importance of ship maintenance and regular training exercises, and actively encourages those on pilgrimage to seek out technology that will upgrade his fleet's capabilities. As a result, cutting-edge technology is often found in the best of the heavy fleet's vessels. The patrol fleet sacrificed several of its ships to take the brunt of the Geth's attacks on the heavy fleet, buying the heavy fleet time to repair its frigates and launch a successful counterattack. And deleting the Geth heretics depleted Geth numbers, giving the Quarians an advantage when their flotilla began the assault on Rannoch. As a result, damage to the Quarian fleet is not as extensive as projections estimated. And the Quarian patrol fleet. The patrol fleet are scouts, flying ahead of the flotilla on the lookout for mineable bodies and hostile forces. They scan space with VI systems that pick up heat signatures or other signs of foreign vessels. As the first ships to be targeted in any conflict, some of the Quarian's finest engineers monitor and repair the patrol fleet shielding. The fleet's commanding officer, Admiral Shalaran, relies on speed and shields during combat. And deleting the Geth heretics depleted Geth numbers, giving the Quarians an advantage when their flotilla began the assault on Rannoch. As a result, damage to the Quarian fleet is not as extensive as projections estimated. Lovely. Lovely. I'm very curious if we're going to be able to get this all the way up to the top with what remains of this game. Ooh. Interesting. Interesting. Now then, let's have a run around. Where has Tali taken up office? She's gotta be somewhere. I'd imagine she'd go back down to engineering. That's always where Tali's been. In Mass Effect 1, in Mass Effect 2, Tali has always been in engineering.
We just took down a Reaper without a giant thresher maw helping. Damn right. We just showed the galaxy we can beat them.
Hell yes! Hell yes, we don't need Thresher Moors for help. We can do this on our own.
Unread messages at your private terminal, Commander.
Thank you.
I hear you were on the ground with the Reaper. He fired up at us a few times. Joker pulled the Normandy through some insane maneuvers to stay out of the line of fire.
It's hard being in a fight like that, especially when you're not the one flying the ship. Joker's one of the best, though.
At first I was nauseous, swinging around in my safety harness. But then I was furious. Just... enraged. I wanted that thing dead.
You didn't want the Reapers dead when they attacked Earth?
I wanted them defeated. I wanted Earth saved. But I never wanted to physically tear them in half and watch them blow up.
Congratulations, trainer. I believe you've discovered your fight-or-flight instinct.
Perhaps I should have stayed with chess. Although now I think I'm spoiled by the lack of explosions.
Yeah, I do think, you know, Naomi doesn't particularly like Joker. She doesn't hate him, she just doesn't really like him. Like, he's there, he exists. Naomi has never said that he isn't one of the best pilots, though. That she will always give him credit for. He is one of the best pilots, if not the best pilot in the Alliance fleet. She just doesn't, like, he's just there. He's just there.
Commander?
Trainer. Now then, what do we have? I found work to do. From Talizora. Shepard. Just wanted to let you know that I'm going to join Adams in engineering. It seems like the best place for me to help, as long as I'm coming with you anyway. Please drop by when you have a minute, Tali. A. Then progress report from Shalaran Vasranok. Commander, with assistance from the Geth, our fleet is nearly back to full strength. We have focused most of our efforts on providing evacuation assistance and support for the Quarian fleet, while the Geth harass the Reapers. Even with our newfound peace, it seems foolish to risk an incident by putting our forces in closer proximity. I understand from Admiral Zen that the Crucible project continues well, though Zen herself seems dissatisfied with the technological capabilities of the device. Though eccentric, she is also brilliant. Hopefully she will find some way to improve its functionality. I would never have believed you would talk hand down, Commander. Take care of Talizora for me. Keela Salai, Admiral Shalaran Vasranok. Ah, good going, madam. Oh, hello. Let's talk Quarian War. From Diana Allers. It may be hard to believe after what we just went through, but the rest of the galaxy is barely aware the Quarians ever went into the Veil, let alone started a war with the Geth. We're sitting on a major piece of history here. I have material from all the players except you. Can I get into your cabin for an hour and get your thoughts on vid? Diana, aye. Okay, madam. We can do that, absolutely, but first I need to talk to everyone else. I'm sorry, your interview is at the bottom of my list of priorities. I need to talk to my squad. And then, hello, you two.
Gotta hand it to you, Commander. That's the first time I've seen someone end a war by yelling.
Hey, killing the Geth was never on the table. It was never on the table.
After seeing what the Geth Rebellion really looked like, I figured they deserved a chance.
Thank you, Commander. I doubt many organics would have trusted a synthetic race.
And now we've got 2 fleets for the price of 1. We didn't lose anybody.
Except Legion, before it sacrificed itself. Legion referred to itself as I instead of we.
Yeah? So?
The singular pronoun indicates Legion's independent personality had fully actualized. In its last moments, it was not an avatar of the Geth consensus. It was a person.
That's what I figured.
Well, when the Geth fleet helps us retake Earth, I guess we'll owe that to him.
Nice, Joker, nice. Thank you for referring to him as a him.
Commander?
Joker?
It's on your mind, Edie.
I was just reflecting. The Quarians' historical era was not making the Geth enough like them.
I'm not sure I understand.
Units with networked intelligences will trend toward cooperation for mutual benefit. But units with central heuristics establishing an individual personality, such as myself, develop preferences. These preferences form attachments that keep my calculations from devaluing the worth of the lives aboard the Normandy.
You're saying the Geth turned on the Quarians because they aren't individuals?
That is my theory, but it is limited to a sample size of one society. The only other notable synthetic society is the Reapers, and we do not know if they govern by consensus as the Geth do.
Do me a favor. Don't ask them.
But the Geth didn't turn on the Quarians. Did I mishear that? Did she say the Quarians turned on the Geth, or the Geth turned on the Quarians? Because if the Geth didn't turn on the Quarians turned on the Geth. I'm gonna need to watch that back in editing.
Hello, Shepard.
Hello, Edie. Okie doke. And I'm tempted to go straight down to engineering because I want to have a chat with Tali. I want to see how she's doing, but no, we'll go in order. We'll go in order. Now, that anyone dicking about in here? No. Okay. Now then, Kaiden, buddy. Kaiden has wandered off. Okay. I'll figure out where he is later. It'll be fine. He's somewhere. I hope. Unless we accidentally left him on Rannoch, which that wouldn't be good. That would be bad.
Got the flush.
Full house. Caught it on the river.
Shit.
Thought you were bluffing on the flush. Good for you.
Cannon, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir, Major Alenko, sir.
Okay. Why was I not invited?
Shepard, I'd deal you in, but Vega just cleaned me out.
Oh, come on. That really as deep as your pockets go? No sentimental crap stowed away? Investments?
I got some land on the Sunshine Coast I could put up.
I'll pass.
I'm just thinking, I don't know where the Sunshine Coast is. I want to say there's a Sunshine State. I feel like that would either be California or Florida. I don't know.
That was quite the negotiation you've pulled off. And having both the Quarians and the Geth on our side, that's a very good thing.
Damn straight it is.
Totally took down a Reaper.
Yep. Sure did.
Yes, you did.
Hell yeah. Just a few more and we're done.
Yeah, but it did take me a while. It took me a while. Like, it's much less impressive if you saw how long it actually took me to record that episode.
And you know, I'm just gonna have to go with you on trusting the Geth. I hope it works out.
Of course it will. The Geth are my buddies. I love the Geth.
Let's talk later.
Okay.
Hey, Commander.
You're right.
Hey, Commander.
Really? That's it? Okay. Okay, well, the next time you all have a poker game, let me know. I want to be dealt in. Now then. Ooh, Anyone about here? Nah, doesn't seem like it. Okie doke, I am gonna bring this episode to a close right here. In the next one, we're gonna go have a chat with Liara. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below. And if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episode.